Hey, everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Texas Rangers at Arlington Stadium. On the mound for Detroit is Milt Wilcox, whose record is 9-3 with a 3.91 ERA. And pitching for Texas tonight is Jim Farr, whose record is 2-3 with a 6.45 ERA. And so yesterday was maybe one of the most brutal losses I've suffered this season. We had the lead going into the eighth inning. It was a shutout, in fact, up 3-0. And I tried to get Rick Russell to complete the eighth inning. He got 2 outs, and then it all fell apart. I took him out of the game. I brought in Dave Tobik, and Tobik gave up a grand slam. And so we lost the game 6-4. But we turned the page. We move on to today. We did fall one more game back in the standings. So now we're 4 games back. And at any rate, let's go ahead and get started today and see if we can do a little bit better than yesterday. It does, lend to one point, which is we really do have a tough bullpen with 2 of our main players being injured. And all of our bullpen is available today for what it's worth. And even with that grand slam, it only raised Dave Tobik's ERA up to a 3.18. So really, he still had a pretty good season. It was just a really brutal day. So we did have a couple guys with the day off yesterday. And we're going to get them back into the game and see if that makes a difference. Kemp and Parrish were both listed as tired. And so here's an opportunity for them to get back in the game and maybe do something big for us today. So I'm just shuffling the lineup around a little bit, and that's our lineup. So over here on the left side, you'll see the lineup. We'll do the rundown, and then on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps baseball card that represents that player. So batting leadoff and playing second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting second and at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting cleanup and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting fifth and catching today is Lance Parrish. Batting sixth and in right field is Gary Hancock. Batting seventh and DHing is Carlton Fisk. Batting eighth and at third base is Richie Hebner. And batting ninth and in center field is Omar Marino. And on the mound for Texas is Jim Farr. He's a rookie in 1980. This is his 8th start. He's 2-3 with a 6.45 ERA, more walks than strikeouts, and his opponents are batting .290 against him. In real life, Jim Farr made his debut in 1982, and he got into 5 games in relief. And he had a really good ERA. It was a 2.50 ERA, but unfortunately, he had more walks than strikeouts in real life as well. And that was his undoing, because it ended up, at the end of that season, his lone season in the American League, he retired. And so here he is, with Lou Whitaker leading off the game. And Whitaker's going to pop it up to short, and Robin Yount is under it for the first out, so 1 down. Here's Tram batting .269 overall, grounds it to third, and Buddy Bell guns him down. So 2 outs, and here's Jason Thompson. As I mentioned in yesterday's game, he's the hottest player on the team. But here he grounds out to first. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Jim Farr. And we'll do the Rangers lineup next. Leading off and DHing is Jim Norris. Batting second and playing shortstop is Robin Yount. Batting third and at first base is Steve Garvey. In the cleanup spot and catching today is Jim Sunberg. Batting fifth and in right field is Richie Zisk. Batting sixth and at third base is Buddy Bell. Batting seventh and in left field is Johnny Grubb. Batting eighth and at second base is Bump Wills. And batting ninth in center field is Mickey Rivers. And on the mound is Milt Wilcox. This is his 19th start, as you may remember. He missed a whole month of the season with an injury. His record is 9-3 with a 3.91 ERA. Opponents are batting .261 against him. He has no complete games so far. And I believe, his last start was a no decision. It was pretty rough. He gave up 4 runs in 5 innings. So maybe we can get him to turn it around today. And Jim Norris will lead off against him here in the bottom of the first. And Norris is going to ground it to Thompson at first. There's 1 down. Up next is Robin Yount, who does have a home run against Wilcox this season. But he's going to go down on strikes, taking a 3rd strike looking. So 2 down for Steve Garvey. And Garvey hits a high fly ball into right center field. But it is caught right before the warning track. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Wilcox. So to the top of the second, Steve Kemp leading off. Kemp had the day off yesterday, as I mentioned. And he grounds to Yount at short. There's 1 down. Next up is Big Will, Lance Parrish. Also had the day off yesterday. And he hits it straight up, right on the right field foul line. And it's caught for the 2nd out. So 2 down for Gary Hancock. Batting .314 versus righties. And there you go, base hit up the middle. That's the first hit of the game. There goes the no-hitter. So Hancock's at first, and the DH, Carlton Fisk, steps to the plate. And he hits a fly ball to left, and there's the 3rd out. So to the bottom of the second, no score. Jim Sunberg leading off. He was actually off yesterday, too. They put a second baseman in at catcher, Mike Hart. He made his season debut, and he did fine, which was weird, as Sunberg lines out to left. So with 1 out, Richie Zisk is up, and Zisk hits a pop fly on the infield, and I think Trammell's got it. Yep, 2 down. And here's Buddy Bell, who hit the grand slam yesterday, and just stole the game from us. And Bell grounds to 3rd, and Hebner throws him out for the 3rd out. So to the top of the 3rd, Richie Hebner leading off. 1 hit between the 2 teams. And Hebner's going to hit a line drive to center. And that's going to be caught by Mickey Rivers. So 1 down for Omar Marino, number 9 hitter, batting .298 versus righties. And he pops it up on the infield to Yount. Yount's been busy at short. So with 2 outs, we're back to the top of the lineup with Sweet Lou. And Lou's going to hit a fly ball to right field. And Zisk has it for the 3rd out. This game is moving along to the bottom of the 3rd. Johnny Grubb will lead it off, batting .349 versus righties, and he walks, which is not unusual. He's got a .400 on-base percentage. So Bump Wills is up next. We're going to bring the 3rd baseman in case he try to lay down a bunt. And, Grubb tries to steal second. Maybe it was a missed hit and run. I don't know. But Grubb is thrown out by Parrish. So 1 out. 1-0 count to Bump Wills. And Wills will ground it to Trammell. And Trammell throws to first for the 2nd out. So with 2 down, Mickey Rivers, number 9 hitter, is up next. And he hits a fly ball to left field, and that might be gone. It is. Wow. The number 9 hitter, Mickey Rivers, gets his 5th home run of the year, and Texas takes a 1-0 lead. So after the home run by Rivers, Jim Norris will step to the plate, and he grounds it to Hebner, and that's the 3rd out. So after 3, the Rangers have a 1-0 lead. Both teams still only 1 hit, and Trammell will lead off against Jim Farr. Trammell has a little bit of a light fly ball to center field, but it does not fall in as Rivers tracks it down. So we need somebody to get something going here, and it's not going to be Thompson as he pops it up to first. Garvey has it in fall ground. That's 2 down. So it's going to leave it up to Kemp to get something going. A little 2-out rally maybe? Nope, he's going to ground it right back to Farr. And there you go, another 1-2-3 inning to the bottom of the fourth. Wilcox at 54 pitches now. Robin Yount leading off, and he walks Yount. That's 2 walks for Wilcox so far today. And that will bring up the ever-dangerous Steve Garvey. Steve Garvey was the MVP in 1974. Garvey grounds it to second. Should have been a double play, but Yount is safe at second. So runner at second base, Jim Sunberg, is up next. And he takes a third strike looking. So that's going to be 2 down for Richie Zisk. I think I mentioned before that my very first Little League mitt was a Richie Zisk model. And as you can see with the 77 in right field below average, that probably indicates just how bad my fielding was. At any rate, Zisk grounds out to first. We go to the top of the fifth. And still 1-0. 1 hit apiece. We need something to get going here. Parrish hits a hard line drive to the left, and it falls short of the warning track as Johnny Grubb had a beat on it. So the only hit of the game, Gary Hancock right up now, and he hits a fly ball to right center field, and that's the second out. We've got nothing going. Jim Farr at 39 pitches for a guy who's so wild. He is untouchable. And Fisk pops it up on the infield. I don't like the way this game is going. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, Buddy Bell will lead off the inning, batting .340 versus righties. And Bell grounds it to Whitaker at second. And there's the first out. Next up is Johnny Grubb. He walked in his first plate appearance as he grounds to second. And 2 down. Next up, Bump Wills' game is just humming along as Wills hits a lazy fly ball to right center field, and Moreno catches it for the third out. We're going to switch it over to the in-game stats. Not a lot to see here at all. A lot of zeros. So Richie Hebner will lead off the top of the sixth inning. .283 hitter versus righties, and he's going to get a base hit to left. There we go. Got a little something going. Do we want to go for 2? We're going to say no. And we're going to lay down a bunt. We're going to attempt a bunt, get a Hebner into scoring position, give the top of the lineup a chance to drive him in. Moreno gets the bunt down, but back to Farr. Farr has to go to first for the only play. So the Moreno is successful in the sac bunt as Hebner takes second base. And here's a chance for Lou Whitaker to tie the game. And he's going to pop it up in the infield. That's not going to get it done as Garvey catches it for the second out. 2 down, and it's going to rest on Trammell's shoulders. And he's just going to hit a high pop fly to center field. Actually, it's going to be right center as Zisk makes the catch. So another wasted opportunity. And we've reached a point now where we have to keep an eye on Wilcox. He's at 75 pitches. And we have a couple of lefties here, so let's see if he can get through this. Rivers leads off the inning, and he pops it up to Whitaker. So 1 down. Back to the top of the lineup. Norris 0 for 2 today. And he rips it on a hard line right past Whitaker's glove. And Norris gets a base hit. Second hit for the Rangers. And we're going to guard the lines. I'm fairly certain Norris is probably going to try to steal to stay out of the double play. And Robin Yount will get a base hit to right field. Norris takes third, and it's first and third, and we have to pull the infield in. Garvey's up next. He's over 2 on the day. And there's a ground ball to Whitaker. And Whitaker does go home and gets the lead runner at the plate. So 2 down, and we got super lucky there. I was thinking about pulling the outfield in, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stay back because Sunberg does have some power. And that was a good move. He's going to hit a line drive to center field, but Marino catches it for the 3rd out. So close calls as we head to the top of the 7th. That's probably going to be it for Wilcox, who pitched 6 incredibly strong innings with only 1 mistake. And here we go as Thompson leads off the top of the 7th with a double, possibly a triple. I'm going to say no. We just need to get that 1 run in. It's not worth it. He's the slowest runner on the team. So we say no, and we're going to pull the ball to the right side and see if we can get a base hit through first. But no, in fact, Kemp can't get that done. He grounds it right back to short, and Thompson's got a hold. So, unable to convert on that game plan, Parrish is going to hit a blooper in left center field. It does get down, and Thompson scores. Parrish comes through with a clutch single, and he gets an RBI as Thompson crossed the plate, and it's all tied at 1. So as of right now, Wilcox is off the hook for the loss. So with 1 down, Hancock comes in, and oh my gosh, he gets a base hit to right field. Parrish coasts into 3rd, and we are finally getting to Jim Farr, as we've had 3 hits this inning, which is 1 more than we had all game. So we're going to put the hit and run on now. A couple slow base runners. We want to stay on the double play and maybe get a run on a ground ball. Nope. As Fisk misses the pitch, Hancock steals 2nd. So runners at 2nd and 3rd. Sunberg had to hold the ball, so Parrish didn't run home. So 1 out. We're going to... this is probably not the best idea. But we're going to flip it to sac fly and see if we can't get the slow Parrish in. Oh, he's going to intentionally walk him. That makes a lot of sense. So that's only the first walk for Farr. Bases loaded for Richie Hebner, and this is definitely a double play possibility. But we're going to let Hebner swing away. We got to trust him. And there it is, a ground ball past Buddy Bell at 3rd. Parrish scores, Hancock scores, and it's 3-1 as the Tigers take the lead here in the 7th. So 1 down, runners at 1st and 2nd on the 2 RBI single for Hebner there. And Marino hits a lazy fly ball to the left. That will be caught by the left fielder, Johnny Grubb. And so there's 2 down. Farr up to 81 pitches, so he's been taxed this inning. And Whitaker back at the top of the lineup grounds it to short, and that is the 3rd out. So now this game has taken a different turn. And I'm going to ask Wilcox to go after Zisk. He's 0 for 2 against Wilcox. This might be a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. As Zisk gets a double, and that was bad management on my part. So what are we going to do? We got nobody that I trust. Stanley's outing was bad. Weaver has been terrible. Tobik, he gave up the grand slam. Okay, we're going to bring in Stanley. He helps you do things right. And here's his stats. 17. This is his 18th game. 1-1 with a 7.18 ERA. He had it dipped under 7, but his last outing, as I mentioned, was terrible. 18 walks in 26 innings pitched. Opponents batting .340. So this could go south quickly, but I mean, we've got to try something. So nobody out, and Zisk at second base. And Bell's going to pop it up into foul ground. Hebner's under it. And he's got it for the 1st out. So 1 down. And we're going to intentionally walk Johnny Grubb to set up a double play. So we got below average speed on base, although Bump Wills is a speedy guy. And now we will be pulling the outfield in. So 1 down, runners at 1st and 2nd. And Wills takes a 3rd strike looking. And that's going to be it for Stanley's. We're going to bring in Shotzi to pitch the next 2 lefties. So good job by Stanley. And here's Shotzi, who definitely is overused at this point. But I trust him much more than I trust Keith Comstock. And we want to save Capizillo for the ninth. So once again, even though Rivers did hit a home run to get the first run on the board, we're going to bring the outfield in. Try to prevent a slow runner from scoring from 7. Oh, it's not going to matter. That ought to tie the game. Yep. So the game's all tied at 3 as Rivers gets a triple. Schatzeder gets a blown save for that, and Wilcox cannot get the win. So Jim Norris is up. He's only batting 167 versus lefties. And he takes a third strike to end the inning. So that was disappointing as we head to the top of the 8th. Excuse me. Jim Farr is still in there. 85 pitches. If we got to him once, we can get to him again. But Trammell is 0 for 3 against him today. And Trammell grounds it to second. There's 1 down. So that will bring up Thompson, who's 1 for 3 today. He is the hottest player on the team. And there we go. There's a base hit into right center field. That should be 2. This time we're going to go for it. Even that slow turtle can get to third base with Fisk at the wall. Oh, come on! I can't believe it. That is just not fair. That would have had to have been the perfect throw. So Thompson's out at second base. It's only the second out, but that feels like our missed opportunity of the game as Kemp gets a base hit through the left side. So that's the 8th hit against Farr, who's coming up on 100 pitches. And Parrish is going to be struck out as he takes a third strike looking. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Schatzeder totally blew it. Our bullpen is bad, folks. I know you know that. But you know what? We're going to give Tobik another shot. The best thing you can do is put him right back into the game. So Yount is 0 for 2 with 2 walks against Tobik. And he induces a ground ball to Trammell. Just to show you really quick. So this is his 60th game. He is so overused. He's 4-2 with a 3.16 ERA. That 7th home run, that was a grand slam from yesterday's game. Opponents are batting .262 against him. He does have a save, but he's blown 3 of them. So 1 out. Here's Steve Garvey. And there's a base hit to center field. Marino gets it back in quickly. So runner at first. And here's a double play opportunity with Jim Sunberg. I feel like we haven't turned a double play in forever. It won't matter as Sunberg watches a wild pitch go by, and Garvey takes second. So now we have to walk Sunberg. So here's an intentional walk. And we still have a double play opportunity here. So runners at first and second, 1 out. And Fisk walks. Zisk walks, I should say. Now bases are loaded, so here's another chance. And this is the same situation as yesterday. That 1 home run from Buddy Bell was the grand slam. Will history repeat itself? We shall see. Oh, I think it did. Oh, it's off the wall in center field. 2-run score. And Bell takes a double. Oh, my gosh. That was so close to being out. It was 399 feet. It was I think it's 400 to dead center field. Oh, man, I'm a terrible manager. As we're going to bring in Capizillo. Not that it much matters at this point. That's going to be the end of it. So we're going to pull the infield in. And Grubb is only batting .228 versus lefties. He's going to strike out. So 2 down. Bump wheels. Switch hitter. So he's going to turn around, bat righty. And he strikes out. But the damage is done. 5-3. Texas in the lead. Jim Farr still in the game. Doesn't make any sense. But top of the 9th, this should be the closer coming in, but it's not. We have Hancock, Fisk, and Hebner. Three capable players. But Hancock will lead off the inning by grounding to third. That's one down. Next up is Fisk. Fisk hits a fly ball into center field. It's caught by Rivers. We're down to our final out. Hebner is 2 for 3 today with 2 RBIs, a full count, and he pops it up just short, and that will be the game. So a pitcher who is incredibly wild only has 1 walk, and it was intentional. That was crap. Tigers lose 5-3, and we are still holding tight at 4 games. As in the first series against the Rangers, we lose 2 of 3, which we cannot afford to lose any games now. Taking a quick look at the transactions, nothing of note. Let's pull up the box score and get out of here. This is a 4-game series. We got to come back tomorrow, try to even this series up on the road. Who's the player of the game? Maybe Hebner went 2 for 3. As it takes a moment here to think about it all, I guess. Giving me a moment to ponder. And, I guess we have to give it to Hebner. I mean, Thompson did have 2 doubles, but he got thrown out. So, you know what? You don't deserve it. If you can't be fast, you need to be gone. Tobik takes the loss back-to-back nights, 4-3 now. Jim Farr gets a complete game victory. He evens his record at 3-3. Home runs by Mickey Rivers. JT's got those 2 doubles. And that's it from Arlington Stadium. We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully turning the tides. Until then, everyone, have a good night.